But you have the otter trawl controversy comes back this time in Carteret County. There's competition between different classes of fishermen, and there's a group that really petitions to have the otter trawl banned around Cape Lookout and in the sounds of Carteret County, and they have some success. But the state, unfortunately, or maybe not unfortunately, if you're a shrimp fisherman, didn't have enough money to actually enforce this law. So it was kind of, I don't know, sort of a wasted effort. Then again, 1939, otter trawl controversy comes back, this time in Brunswick County, and the state decides to ban shrimping within 3 miles of the inlets in Brunswick County, and also to change the mesh sizes. So fishermen now have to go out and buy all new nets, which is kind of expensive, and we're still in depression. Now, the reason this is controversial is because at the time, there's seven different inlets in Brunswick County, and they're all really kind of close together. And some of these inlets with this 3 mile ban have overlapping areas. So that means the fishermen are now going to be pushed farther offshore. They really can't do a whole lot of nearshore shrimping, which kind of causes issues with some people. Not everyone has the same type of boats. Not everyone has the same capabilities. At the same time, the Pamlico Sound is open to night trawling. I believe is the discovery of the brown spotted shrimp, which is a nocturnal species. And that just causes the Pamlico to just boom again. And you've got all sorts of people that are coming to shrimp in the Pamlico Sound. People all the way from Florida are coming to North Carolina to take advantage of this fishery.
So I don't have exact numbers for this one, but today, as much as 50% of the trawling pressure inshore in North Carolina is still, to this day, coming from trawls that originate outside of North Carolina.
Florida also ups their regulations and restrictions. They start to worry about overfishing, particularly in the Keys, down around the dry Tortugas, and they basically tell the North Carolina shrimpers to go away. We don't want you around here anymore. A lot of North Carolinians, they ignore that. They shrimp down there anyways, and they wound up in jail. So in the early 1960s, you see the rise of this debate between the sport fishing community and the commercial fishing community, particularly surrounding shrimping. And there's concerns, again, with otter trawl and bycatch that it was harming the fisheries of North Carolina. And the sports fishermen were quite organized and aggressive, and they were calling for a ban in trawling in the Pamlico Sound, and they were trying to ban trawling within 3 miles of the shore, of the beaches. So the state doesn't really want to get too involved in it. And so they kind of kicked the can down the road and said, we're just going to throw a lot of money at a long-term research project to kind of investigate these concerns. And so the controversy wasn't really settled very well at the time. It got so heated in the early 60s that there is discussion of moving the Division of Marine Fisheries from Morehead City, where it is today, to Raleigh, because there's concerns that the commercial fishermen in Carteret County had too much influence within the division.
Hey, here we are, folks. Depending on which one of those circumstances you're talking about, almost 100 years later. And if I don't know what I'm talking about, if the rest of the recreational community doesn't know what we're talking about, then why did commercial fishermen ban trawling in North Carolina, and not just inshore, but within 3 miles of the shore? If that was applied today, that's all the waters of North Carolina that it was banned in by the commercial fishermen. So please tell me, if I don't know what I'm talking about, then why have the commercial fishermen banned it? Why did the commercial fishermen ban trawling in the Albemarle Sound? Because they saw how horrible the waste was. They saw that it needed to go away, and they actually became active with their legislators, and they made that happen. And that is exactly what you all need to do. Reach out to your legislators. If you reach out a couple times and they don't get back to you, that's nothing to be concerned about, okay? One of my legislators, I had to reach out 6 times to get them to get back with me. And now I have a meeting scheduled to sit down with this legislator. Okay, you have to be persistent. You have to continue to reach out. Anybody, not just a legislator, but anybody is going to default to sort of like, I don't want to say being lazy, but really not doing anything. If they think it's just a little flare up and that we're going to stop, then they will just ignore it. But if we persist, if we are persistent and we apply pressure, we can absolutely make these changes. I'm going to get some people on in the coming weeks, some fishing guides and some people who are very experienced who saw the transition where these kind of things happened in other states, and they saw the absolute explosion. The recovery of these fisheries comes quickly. Within just a few years, everyone can see the benefits of this, okay? So again, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next week.